Alright, yeah, and welcome back to some more Magic Duels. This week we're looking at a subscriber submitted deck, the Jeskai Bounce and Burn. If you would like your deck to be played next week, then be sure to leave it down in the comments section below, or you can email me it, or even send me it on Twitter. It's up to you. Without further ado though, let's get into the match. And we are in. We are on the draw, and this does not look like a keepable hand. We've got Telling Time. I suppose we could keep it. It's not great. Yeah, let's do it. We are on the draw, so we have a chance to get some better plays. But I prefer some cheaper cards. If you haven't seen the deck tech, be sure to check it out. The late game I find particularly interesting. May not necessarily be how I would build it, but it's nice. Creates some interesting end game situations. So he's leading with the Sylvan Ranger. He's green-white. Is he going to be elves and drop down a black? Certainly wouldn't play a Sylvan Ranger unless you were ramping into something or you were playing tribal. So I think we will. Let's not go for Evolving Wilds. I think we'll just play Plains and Telling Time on his end step. See if we can get something nice like a Fevered Visions. Yeah, Nissa. Okay. Gonna plus her and make a plant token. We'll just Telling Time now since he's tapped out. Not gonna do anything that'll surprise us. Gideon. We can, in theory, play Gideon. We might as well take the Brutal Expulsion as well. And we get our Brutal Expulsion. So we'll just Evolving Wilds. And go get another Plains next turn. We're not really in a situation where playing Gideon's a good idea though. Playing Converge probably. And this is up to 5 now. I'm just gonna sack this and go get another wipe. Said sack this, thank you. Need to fix some of those sensitive presses. We are on 18. And that's a Reflector Mage. Doesn't really help us though, unfortunately. On 5. We could kind of play Gideon. It would take a hit from Nissa, but we would be trading as well. No, we wouldn't really, because he'd minus it to make that a 2-2. We'd end up blocking the 2-2 with the 2-2, and then these would be 2-3s the turn after, and then we couldn't trade them. But we don't really have a better play, so I think we're going to have to do it anyway. We can set up some burn and some bounce as well, to make sure it doesn't happen exactly how we planned it. Like, we can bounce his plant tokens with Brutal Expulsion. And we can do 2 damage to a Planeswalker. Yeah. Oath of Jace. Ah, this is Super Friends then, isn't it? It must be. You won't play Oath of Jace otherwise. Not in a deck when he hasn't played blue all game anyway. Planar Outburst and a Forest, and he's going to explosively vegetate once more. And get a blue and something else. Okay, he's coming out of Gideon. So we'll block his Sylvan Ranger. He's holding one back. That's fantastic. It's everything I hope for, Mo. We could kill his Nissa now, but we'd lose our Gideon in the process. I know. No, we wouldn't. Not entirely. Fevered Visions. Ooh. So, play our mountain. What I'm thinking is we bounce away his token, swing him with Gideon, and finish it off. So we can't do 3 damage to him so easily. Fever Visions for the later game is going to be great, because you can actually take this 2 damage to any of his Planeswalkers. So if he is Super Friends, then it's possible that we can bounce away stuff. I think actually I am going to... Oh, you know what I can do? I can 2 damage to that, bounce that, and then swing in. So, return creature to its hand, 2 damage to creature or Planeswalker. Let's do it. Bounce that, 2 damage to that. Plus Gideon. Forgot you could do both. And we'll kill his Nissa. Then you don't get to scry on his upkeep. And any Planeswalkers he plays are now in a little bit of a pickle, because we can start bouncing away his Reflector Mages with his Reflector Mage and burning stuff. If it's a Sorin though, he could probably just kill us. Chandra! Shamra can die. Okay. So, first things first. Yeah, that's the right mana, I think. Yes. Try burn away Chandra. Chandra is burnt away. It's +1 Gideon. Attack with Gideon, and then we'll Fevered Visions and start getting card advantage. Now our Geist Blast's in our graveyard as well, we can start thinking about doubling some of our instants and sorceries, which would be nice. Okay, let's get Fever Visions down, let's start getting the card draw engine going. I think with the amount of cards that he's got in his hand, it's unlikely to affect him, damage-wise anyway. So it's a bit of a shame in that regard. Oath of Gideon is going to get him 2 ally tokens. Okay. Always wanted to make a Super Friends in Magic Duels, but for some reason when it got popular I was like, let's not do that. I like to play strange and odd decks. I wouldn't say this one's particularly strange and odd, except for its late game's a bit weird to me, but... Okay, let's plus Gideon. And swing in. No sense trying to burn away his tokens. Yeah, block with 1. We'll decide what we want to do with the other at a later date. Should we maybe throw down a Deep Fathom Skulker? We've got no way of giving it unblockable, but we'll do it. Does this deck even have colourless lands in it? If it doesn't, it might be a good idea. Spell Shrivel, so he is running counters. Okay. Well, we are going to draw a card anyway, and it's a Brutal Expulsion to get rid of his tokens. Yay. Explosive Vegetation again. Must be running out of land soon, lad. Okay, it's holding back his 1 damage, which is fine with me. So I think I'm going to push my advantage just a little bit. Actually, we could just Wandering Fumarole. Yeah, let's do that. Plus Gideon. Enable our man land. It's 4 damage minimum, unless he's got something to say about it. Oops, forgot to swap him over. I'm an idiot. I deserve a roasting in the comments. It's maybe in my advantage though, just in case he's running burn. Swapping that over. Ah, we have one. Okay, we are going to continue playing that. I imagine our super friend over here did not get any friends. And thus, he is passing his turn back. So, for the rest of the game now, we can start bouncing away his creatures and just swinging in with Gideon. And I think that's just going to be the game. Kithian. Okay, that gets Geist Blasted. Although, no, he can make it indestructible. We'll Royal Spout it. And swing in for 9. And a Tireless Tracker, that can get Geist Blasted. We won't be able to manland though, so we'll only swing for 5. Alright. Land for the turn. Let's Geist Blast away your tracker. Sweet. Let's Royal Spout away your Kithian. Spell Shrivel. Okay. Well, in that case, I'm going to make a 2-2. And draw a card. Nice. Not a Planeswalker, so he does not get the Oath of Jace trigger. He's only a puny little child of a Planeswalker. Cure. Alright. That's quite unfortunate. There she is for you. So, that was a bit of a misplay from our AI opponent. Especially since you could untap a tap land there. I won't question it if you don't. So we can Reflect a Mage away his Kithian. Question is, beginning of each end step, if a Planeswalker entered the battlefield under your turn, it does 2 damage to each opponent, but it's 3 damage on its own. It only attacks a creature. So we could Oath, make it indestructible, Reflect a Mage. It still didn't knock down any counters or anything like that. Let's just go Buck Wild, Planeswalker mode. Could bounce and burn. Should be kind of nice. Yeah, let's do it. Both, please. Alright. Bounce that. Burn that. Actually, we can copy that. Bounce that. Burn that. And then our token can kill the Kiora, and our Gideon can swing in. Yay. Super Friends eat your heart out. Declaration in Stone. If he makes any more tokens, they are gone. Our hand's getting quite full now. So we can burn away anything, we can bounce away anything, we can remove anything. It looks like today's order on the menu is to remove it. Because bounce and burn is just going to be a little bit annoying. And another Sylvan Ranger. Alright. I just want lands from this point on. I think our hand's fairly full of answers. To the point where we could just take lands all day and just do them more efficiently. If you don't play anything, Fever Visions does 2 damage to him. There we go. Is he just going to pass the turn? I imagine so. Ooh. Oath of Nissa. Alright. Is he gonna find a planeswalker for us to remove? Oh, you just do that instantly, don't you? Oh, you must have absolutely whiffed and not hit a creature, land, or planeswalker. Awesome. And he does get to Fevered Visions, though. We hit a Scryfish. Right. So. Bounce. Burn. Key features of this deck. Plus Gideon. And swinging for 7. He's on 2 life now, so most of our burn spells can take him out. If he doesn't empty his hand properly, Fevered Visions can take him out. Yeah, well, we'll Scryfish. Can't see why not. And another land. Perfect. So yeah, apparently this deck, really good at dealing with super friends. Good to know. It is very strong in the meta, I've found. That's going to get bounced away. You are still dead, sir, even without the bounce. You have another answer for me to judge silently? Come on. Looks like he does not. Could have a counter spell to burn it away, to stop me from bouncing it, but he still dies anyway. Oath of Nissa. Okay. Does he whiff? Probably not, since he's making choices this time. Ooh, that's grim. Oh no, not the Sylvan Ranger. Whatever shall we do? How about win? So down comes the Sylvan Ranger. Lots of decisions to be made. Come on, just end your turn. End your turn. So we are going to bounce his Kythian. Probably Declaration in Stone his Ranger. Well, actually, we could technically Declaration and copy it, but let's not get technical here. Right, Scatter to the Winds. All right. Well, we're gonna Declaration in Stone his land, and now we're gonna copy it. You've made us do this. Well, Declaration in Stone is Kythian. Plus Gideon. And then let's swing him for the 2 damage. Go. Go, my pretties. Finish him. We could technically have a burn spell, but I doubt it. Looks like you're done. Alright guys, I'll see you in the next game. And we're back. We are on the play. On the play this hand. We have all the colours we need, but it's really slow. Suppose we'll have to take it. It's fairly low curve as well, so we're alright in that case. Our opponent is Frag Crow, rank 27. And he is playing blue-black. Alright, probably control. It's usually what comes out of blue-black, unless he's just multicoloured. Alright, slow turn. Just play a Sulphur Falls and pass over. Wouldn't have minded an untapped land so we could tell in time. Save the Oath of Chandra for when he's actually got a creature out. Yeah. So I'm pretty sure he's just blue-black. With likely Sire of Stagnation as his attempted win con. which is where Declaration in Stone comes to help. Alright, we are on 7 cards, so we can pass the turn without discarding. Not that it would matter, because Telling Time would give us it back anyway. Oh, green. Sweet. And that's a Nissa, so we're going to Telling Time. Scare him. So, let's go get... That's going to come in tapped if we don't take it in. Right, we'll take the mountain. I think we just take the land here. Yeah, let's just take the land. Having an extra turn card at this point isn't very useful. Right, so mountain. Let's Oath of Chandra is Nissa. Girl power. Sweet. Pass turn back. Any planeswalkers from now on will deal 2 damage to an opponent whenever they come in. If he's ramping into something, then pretty soon our burn will be quite useless. And I get the feeling that he is judging off that Sylvan Ranger. Getting a blue mana. And a Nagging Thoughts. Okay. It's not really a chance it's going to be Rise from the Tides, is it? I don't know. Just dunny know. Right, we'll play our Cliff Drop Retreat. And let's see. If we Reflect Mage, we're just giving him value on the turn after. I think we just pass the turn over. Hope that we can bounce and burn something. We could. It's also a remand in the sense that we can return a spell that he's just casted back to his hand. So if he plays out his turn, then we can bounce the card he plays and burn the Sylvan Ranger. That may end up being what we do. I want to burn that. Alright. Well, we're going to... I should have bounced that, actually. But we're going to do this. We are going to bounce that, burn that. Kill his Planeswalker. Trigger still goes off, though. But we won't have an enchantment or artifact for him to destroy next turn, so it'll come down with no value. Which is what we were hoping to do anyway. Okay. So this Prairie Stream's going to come in tapped, but that isn't. Which means that this is no longer going to come in tapped. Problem is, we're somewhat out of gas here. Suppose I could Needle Spires. So we don't have much to do in response to anything that he does. So we'll swing in for 4, I suppose. Be on 5 lands next turn, which doesn't really change anything. Oh, sorry, 6. So we could Devil's Playground. This is useful, I suppose. He seems to have a lot of 1-drops. We can throw our Red Devils in the way. Hinterland Harbour and an Obnixilis. It's going to plus it. Lose 1 life. If we get Fevered Visions, that Obnixilis looks great to us. We do not. This is Glacial Fortress. Oops. Should not have played that. Should have played this Prairie Stream. Right. We can't get rid of this Ranger and swing in on his Obnixilis. But we can at least get rid of the Ranger. I would have preferred Devil's Playground, but I was an idiot. Okay, trade off. We're not making some very explosive turns, to be honest. His deck doesn't seem to play into ours very well. Possessed Scab gets him back. Nagging Thoughts actually gets him anything. He's going to get his Nissa though. His Nissa we can burn away when it comes down, but he will get to thin out his deck with a Forest. Draw another card, lose another life. He's almost ultimated Obnixilis. Prairie Stream. We can't afford to leave Geist Blast down. And I don't really want to Reflector Mage or Possess Scab either. If we... No, we can't. Needle Spires. Yeah, we're in a lot of trouble now. If we don't leave Geist Blast up, then he gets a Nissa. If we don't do anything, he gets really close to Obnixilis flipping. But we're just going to have to pass the turn, I think. Worst comes to worst, we could Geist Blast his Obnixilis. I think we've just lost control here, to be honest. Yeah, he wants us to tap down. We're not going to do that. Go on. There's his Nissa. His Nissa gets burnt away. Hopefully. Yes, it does. Wonderful. The upside of leaving Devil's Playground for longer is now that we can copy it with Geist Blast. Once we've got 9 mana. We have 7, 8. But that Obnixilis is going to flip before we have a chance to do that. Which means our Fevered Visions are going to kill us. His hand is so full. Sylvan Ranger. Right, we can Declaration in Stone the Sylvan Ranger and swing in with our Needle Spires if you don't play another blocker, which he does. Ugh. But what we can do is we can Declaration in... Actually, we can just Brutal Expulsion, can't we? No, not quite. We could Declaration in Stone... No. We'll have to hold off a turn. We'll have to burn Obnixilis a little bit with Brutal Expulsion. I just don't want to bounce any of his creatures though, so I'm neglecting the other half of it, which is upsetting. Let's Brutal Expulsion, do 2 damage, bounce a creature. So, bounce that, 2 damage. We'll copy this. Yes. Do... bounce that, 2 damage to that. 1 land's not so much of a problem. Keep him off Obnixilis flipping. He's going to be able to play it back again though. So we've only delayed the inevitable really. We could Reflector Mage one of his creatures. If he only plays 1 creature, then we can Reflector Mage it and hit him for 4 on Obnixilis and keep that down. Problem is he's just getting insane card advantage, and that's probably going to go get Ulamog. Because he's on quite a high amount now. It's such a shame that's not a must. Go on, get rid of From Beyond. Do it. So our sort of plan is going to come into effect. Rising Miasma. That works out better. Let's Oath of Chandra is Rex Sage. Then Needle Spires to attack his Obnixilis for 4. We can Declaration in Stone whatever he gets from the From Beyond. I think from this point on as well we can start attacking his life total instead of Obnixilis, because we're going to be getting him down quite low. But we may just want him off the board. We'll have to see. Also, he's going to get these 1/1s now. Which we can get away with Declaration in Stone, but we want to save that for things like that. Okay. So that's going to get Declarationed. His From Beyond's going to make tokens now, which is just going to be insane amount of value. Fevered Visions. Fevered Visions can burn him away, actually. So, first of all, Declaration in Stone. And then I think we'll throw down the Fevered Visions, gives us card advantage, and it definitely does damage to him. And that might be how we end up winning this. Because those clue tokens that we just gave him, he doesn't really want to crack them, otherwise he'll start losing life. And we can throw down the Devil's Playground to hold him off until that happens. Because any blocks from this is just going to deal damage to him as well. Artificer's Epiphany. And draw 2. No discard for the clue token. Guiltleaf Winnower has no targets. And Altered Ego probably makes another Guiltleaf. You had to sack away some tokens for that though, which is good for us. Plus this is Obnixilis, which is going to send him over that limit, but this is just going to outclass us. Have we got a... No, we don't have a Geist Blast in the graveyard. Send it at him. We need to start burning away its face. We have some direct burn spells as well. Ooh. Does that help us? Is this technically the Altered Ego? If I bounce this, does it go back to his hand? I don't really know. Well, I know one thing that we should do. It's Devil's Playground. We can triple block one of his if we want to. Deal 3 damage to him that way. Gideon. Yeah, always nice to see you, mate. There's not a chance in hell he's getting those cards down below 5. Or is it 4? 4 or more cards, yeah. Return up to 2 creatures. He's going for the Rex Sage and the Nissa. That gets rid of the Fevered Visions. That was our win con. Could do with a board wide, but I don't think there is any in this deck. And he flips his Nissa. As we continue to be outclassed. Not entirely sure how we can get out of this now. Flashback. Okay. Make us sack a devil token. Do we throw it at his face? Or... there's a 2-1 we can throw it at. Or we can throw it at these guys. No, I think we hit his face. The only way we're winning this now is through direct burn. We don't win this anyway. Otherwise. You know what we can do? We can triple block there. And then just send all the devil damage pings to his other winnower. And then from there we can Gideon and stuff like that to keep the weaker creatures away. He's going to hit us for 5. Hopefully, if he ain't got a pump spell. Yeah, sweet. So it looks like it was his altered ego that we couldn't... Yeah, it just enters the battlefield as a copy with counters on it. Radiant Flames right now. Ugh. Would have been very nice. Right. I think Reflector Mage hit his Tireless Tracker. We don't have any more white. Did we only have 1 white source? No, we had 2. We need 3. Alright, we're going to play Nahiri. And... Is it a May ability? Yeah, you may discard. I'm not going to discard Gideon, obviously. But we will plus her. We'll have a Planeswalker off. 2 damage to his face. We are going to burn you to death. Another Gideon gets another 2 damage as well. Fleshbag. We're taking 4 to Nahiri. Yeah. Making a 4/4. If you're attacking Nahiri as well, it's just oh, he's going to attack Nahiri. That keeps him off our life total, which is pretty grim at this point in time. Coastal Discovery, draw 2 more cards. Is he awakening? He is doing an awaken. Should have done that prior to that, because our Nahiri would be dead if he'd have done that pre-combat. He has no lands left in his deck. That's good information to know. That is not what we wanted. So let's plus Nahiri. Get rid of this plains. Hope for something better. Wow. Just wow on that one. Right, Evolving Wilds. There's no point holding this Gideon. It's going to die. But we do get 2 damage off of it. And... let's throw out a token, I guess. We can't attack with it because it'll have Summoning Sickness if I make it creature, so... yeah. What's he doing in response? Sacking his clue token. If we can survive, there are cards that can win this game for us if I blow the 2 damage at his face, which is what I'm going to do. We have a lot of player burn. So if we get lucky on the draw and he doesn't just swing straight for us, then we might be able to win this. But I think he knows that he can just... yeah, that's going to be game anyway. Yes, his Fleshbag back. Woodland Bellower, he's just rubbing it in now. That is a shame. I wish I could look at the top card of our deck, because if it was Exquisite Firecraft, for example, we would have won. But alas, we did not. GG. If you haven't checked out the deck tech, be sure to do so, but I will see you guys tomorrow.